I'm really trying to make this video as quick as possible because we all know that we have very short attention spans. But if you're a homeowner and you have a home and you have insurance and you've been watching what's going on with those fires out in California, we need to have a conversation. I am somebody that deals with insurance every day of my life on behalf of homeowners, and I am here to give you some tidbits, some information that will hopefully in the long run save you some money and some heartache. So get you a pen, get you a pad, let's buckle up and get ready to go. First and foremost, please understand that you are not in good hands. Not with State Farm, not with Allstate, sure as shit not Progressive. None of them. They are not there to be your friend to make sure that you are taken care of. They are there to collect a premium and hopefully never pay you a dime. And if they got to pay you a dime, they want to pay you as few dimes as they have to pay. Got it? Good. Now we can move on. Second, let's understand that your insurance agent is a salesman. That's what he or she is, people, a salesman. They sold you a product. Whenever you file a claim, they have no pull. They have no decision. They're not going to get anything done for you, okay? So hopefully you had a good salesman that gave you enough information about your product, and hopefully you are a good enough buyer that you didn't just buy it based off cost. Because if you did, you fucked yourself. One of the first questions I'm going to need you to ask your insurance agent is if they are selling you an ACV policy or an RCV policy. This matters. It's going to hit your bank, okay? ACV is actual cash value. That means they are going to give you what they deem that it is worth at the time of the loss, what they deem it is worth at the loss of time. RCV, recoverable depreciation. This is what you want. This is what you need. They're actually going to give you the money to rebuild it. Now that you know that, make sure that you are checking these amounts every couple years. We know that the cost of product goes up a couple times a year. The cost of labor goes up. You need to make sure that you have an RCV policy and that you have proper coverage on getting your home rebuilt. Got it? Good. Now, even more important, your contents. All of your belongings that are inside that house. Here's a fun fact for you. You can pay for $200,000. You can pay for $1 million worth of contents. You give them that money every month and they don't say a damn thing about it until you file that claim. But this is where it comes in. If you have a claim, these poor people out in California, guess what they have to do? You have to prove that you had that amount of items in your home. That's right. You need to take photos of every single room of your house. You need to take photos of your closet, of your garage, your drawers, your cabinets, your jewelry, everything, folks. You have to be able to provide your insurance with an itemized list of everything in your home you are wanting to be replaced. And then you remember what I said? They give it a value, not you give it a value. They give it a value based on their little bullshit system. And we know, again, what did I say at the beginning of this video? They are going to give you as few dimes as they got to give you to pay for your stuff, but only after you prove that you had all of that. This gets really tricky when you get into items that are no longer made, when you have sentimental items that can't possibly be replaced. And this is where it gets even worse. In the very beginning, they're going to give you an initial check. There you go. That's actual cash value of what they have deemed that they are going to give you. You have no say-so in this. So they give you that initial check, and then if you are lucky, it's going to take a year to haggle with them to get the rest of your money. But if you are like the majority of homeowners in this country, it's going to take years, plural. Years. My childhood home burned down about 3 years ago now, and guess what? My mother and father still don't have all of their money from Jake, State Farm. They're not your friend. They are there to fuck you over, and I'm sorry, but it is what it is. That is the situation. So go ahead right now, while we are snowed in, have nothing better to do, go ahead and take those photos of your home. Take a photo of those contents. Go ahead and start getting you a list of shit in case the shit ever hits the fan and something happens. That's why they call them accidents or natural disasters. It's not like we can predict that it's coming, but sometimes it's going to come, and you have to make sure that you have protected it yourself. So as of now, remember, the most important things that we have talked about is the thing of stop thinking that insurance is your friend. You need to know if you have an RCV or an ACV, and if it's an ACV, get rid of that shit. Make sure that you are checking that you have enough coverage on everything, and the biggest part is to make sure you can prove it, folks. Moving right along, if you do have a claim and you need to work with a contractor, let me tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. First off, you want to make sure that you have a contractor that knows what they're doing and that they're going to go to bat for you. They're going to work with you. They're going to make sure that you have the information that you need to be able to fight your insurance, because trust me, you're going to fight it. And if you don't have to fight insurance because you didn't try, you didn't know, and hey, you just lost out on money, because I guarantee you they're not getting it right up front. You got to make sure that you get a contractor that you can trust. And when a contractor says, hey, I want to see the insurance paper that they gave to you, let them see it. Please don't make this more difficult on yourself. Let them see it. Don't just say, hey, give me a price, because one, that contractor, if he or she knows what they're doing, they know what to look at on that paperwork. They are going to go through line by line and make sure that insurance has giving you every component. They're going to make sure that they gave you enough of that component to get the job done, and they're going to make sure that they gave you a fair price to pay it. Like I tell my homeowners, if you want me to just willy-nilly throw a price at you, I'm throwing you a retail price, and that's not going to be accurate anyway, because guess what? Insurance pays less than what retail does. And now I have to say something that is probably going to hurt people's feelings, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to hurt your feelings, and I know that everybody, like, they grow up and they think about how they want to own a house. Just because a mortgage company will give you the money to buy a house does not mean that you can afford to be a homeowner. And unfortunately, in these moments are the most heartbreaking time. And I'm not going to say what I think about how the fires out in California got started, anything like this, but I know that there are hundreds, if not thousands, of homeowners that are no longer going to be homeowners, because they are not going to have the money needed to put these homes back together whenever they didn't have proper insurance coverage. Because again, they had a salesman sell them a product and didn't make sure that they knew what they were getting. And furthermore, a lot of people, we've lived in some hard times, a lot of people don't have the money to be able to pay for their deductibles. If they had a shitty ACV policy, they don't have the thousands of dollars that it takes to be able to pay the rest of the money that insurance isn't going to take, and they still have mortgages that they got to pay. So a lot of these people are going to be in the moment of absolutely devastation. They are going to sell to the first person that comes along with a cash price offer, so that they can get out and hopefully pay off their mortgage. Not everybody is supposed to be a homeowner, and you really have to make sure that you have the money and you can afford it. And I know that that is really hard to hear, and I am sorry, but it is fact. There are people that are living in the most traumatic moment of their lives that have lost absolutely everything, and it's just the beginning. It is the beginning of the heartbreak. And I'm talking about the people in California. I'm talking about the people in eastern Tennessee and western North Carolina that no, we have not forgotten about you, and we never will forget about you. But these people are living through the most horrific thing that they've ever had to deal with, and it's only about to get worse when they jump into this with insurance. So please, if you have listened to the video up to this point, do it now. Get up the minute you stop watching this and go take pictures of your house, inside, outside. Take pictures of your vehicle. Take videos. Start making a list so that you know that you are covered when the shit hits the fan and the time comes. And I pray that you never, ever, ever have to use it. But in case you do, you want to make sure that you have your back, because the truth of the matter is the only person that really cares about your home, your contents, your property, and your well-being, baby, is you. So if you stuck it out, I'm really proud of you, and hopefully you learned something and can help you with something. And I always tell everybody, feel free to reach out to me and ask questions. That is what I do for a living. I help people. That is my goal. I want to help people in one of the biggest times of their need. I have worked with widows. I have worked with elderly people. I have worked with women. And yes, unfortunately, in this time, please don't think that it's just those things, but it's everybody. If your insurance adjuster, the desk adjuster, if they can take advantage of you, they will, because it's literally their job to fuck you over. And I know that that is saying it in the most blunt and ugly terms that I can, but it is what it is, gang. So take that. Have a good day. If you need me, give me a shout, give me a buzz, but I hope that you never do.